I'm Laura with the Plano Public Library. Birds can't chew their food, so what do they do instead? They swallow their meals whole. But how does that work? Where does the food go? Are they able to poop? Do owls poop? Let's find out. Most birds, like chickens, swallow their food whole and it ends up in their crop. The crop is a bag-like pouch that is an enlargement of the esophagus in a bird's neck. It's where their food begins to be digested, allowing it to be softened before it enters their stomach. However, owls don't have a crop, so their food goes straight from their mouth to their gizzard. The gizzard is part of an owl's stomach. Did you know that a bird's stomach has two parts? The first part is the glandular stomach called the proventriculus. Here, enzymes, acid, and mucus will start to dissolve the food. The second part of the stomach is the muscular stomach, called the ventriculus, or the gizzard. There are no digestive juices in the gizzard. Instead, it acts like a filter, holding back the indigestible parts of their meal, such as bones, fur, teeth, or feathers. As the gizzard contracts, the soft parts of the food are ground down and are able to pass from the gizzard to the rest of the digestive system, like the small and large intestine, where they are absorbed for use in the body. The leftover waste is expelled from the owl's body through the vent in the form of urea. This isn't poop. But what about all those bones that the owl couldn't digest? Things like bones, fur, teeth, and feathers cannot be digested by the owl. So the gizzard begins to compress these indigestible bits into a pellet, which is then passed from the gizzard back up into the first part of the stomach, the proventriculus. Here it will stay for a few hours before the owl regurgitates or throws up the pellet. Now that the owl has an empty stomach, it's time to eat again. We can learn a lot about owls by dissecting their pellets. Bones are expelled intact, so you can identify exactly what an owl ate for their last meal. Fossilized owl pellets have been used by paleontologists to identify the food eaten by the extinct great barn owl. These owls were 5 feet tall and had a 12-foot wingspan. Now, our owls are not quite that big, but we can still dig in and see what they last ate. These owl pellets have been heat treated and they are completely sterile. So take a moment to explore your pellet. How long is it? What color is it? What do you think you'll find in your pellet? Open your owl pellet and begin to pick it apart. You can use a stick to help pull it apart. Use your bone identification chart to identify each of the bones you pulled out of your pellet. What kind of food do you think your owl ate? Where do you think this owl lived? What kinds of bones did you find the most of in the pellet? Can you reassemble the skeleton of the animal this owl ate? Owls are fascinating creatures. They are nocturnal, which means they are active at night. They have very powerful talons that help them catch their prey, and when they fly, they are incredibly silent. Many species of owl are able to turn their heads as much as 270 degrees in each direction. That is because owls don't have peripheral vision. By turning their heads around like this, they can keep an eye on their surroundings and watch out for danger without ever moving their bodies. Owls also have fantastic hearing. They're able to hear their prey under things like leaves, dirt, and even snow. Owls play an important role in our ecosystem. They are at the top of the food chain and help keep our rodent populations under control. If we didn't have owls, we might be overrun with rats and mice. Unfortunately, due to habitat loss, many owls are now endangered species. Owls are a protected species in America, and it is against the law to catch them or hurt them. Consider making your yard owl-friendly by turning off outside lights at night and avoiding the use of pesticides and rodent poisons. Look for owls in your neighborhood. Owls are experts at camouflage, so you might hear them instead of see them.